suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had a bottle of cure in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Okay, so I guess we were right initially. You could hide your pistol like anywhere, either under your dress or under your hat. So yeah.
Under your skirt? Oh, how preposterous!
So I was right. There were two guns.
Yes.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up,
that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead.
Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. Yeah.
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
Alrighty then. I am pretty curious to why Giselle Brad would want to talk to a judge privately after this. I mean, I guess we also have to take into account like further proceedings after this. But then again, I do know that in present times, like in general, there will be like an extra case after this, where they would have to question the trial, but mostly like 99% of the times, there's no worry that in the next trial, our culprit that we have found in this trial would escape scot-free after this one. I don't know what the proceedings would be after this. Like, okay, Ryunosuke and Kazuma, they did their job. There's nothing else that they can do after this. They can party, but there probably is some further proceedings that can be done, that are going to be done after this. Unless this is truly going to be the end of the trial and Giselle Brett is going to be put in jail like just like that. There's nothing else to discuss there. It will be more simple like that, maybe. I don't know. This trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. Yeah, I guess so. I am in agreement with the truth that has been presented here. I decide to believe this to be the truth that I will accept from now on, Judge. And the truth that the rest of the world will know. Well, I guess it kind of depends on what will be known about this case. We certainly are gonna go with our own truth, that Ryunosuke is innocent. That is what I decide to believe.
This cannot be. Taketsuchi Aochi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student. Oh!
You better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ryunosuke naruhodo!
What? Yes?
This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten.
Yeah, you become conceited with age, Counsel. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Hey, would you look at that? 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Hot damn. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. I thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation. Of investigation, and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits. What it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. Well, it will look different when it comes to how we investigate stuff, but rest assured, the antics of the court of law will be timeless, just like the court record. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi. Yes. That is the show. You are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. Mission? What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Oh, never mind. If I may look at this situation a little bit and make some, think about this. Maybe, I can see that Kazuma, the way he saw things before, was probably different from the way Kazuma sees things right now. Maybe something in his mind and his heart changed throughout this that made him see some things much more clearer. When it comes to the whole situation with the English treaty and the way people like Giselle Brett act and such, the way the system works, that makes him think. That makes him look at things differently than the way he used to think before. And when it comes to this mission that has been imposed on him before this trial, he may look at that mission completely differently. Now, whatever that mission is, we don't know. But something tells me that he's probably doesn't like the sound of that mission now, at this point. Or it could be that he's gonna take his mission much more serious than he did before, and he's gonna work even harder to improve the law system and such. He can be that as well. As for you, oh, yes? You? I sense... how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you can carry that on. Unusual potential. Yeah, that's something that is going to define Ryunosuke for a long time. He has unusual potential. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty! Ah, good old times, good times. Good old times. And Aochi is still in shock right over there. He became a statue. This court is now adjourned. Aochi with long hair. That's quite something. Before we've seen Pain with, like, he's half bald from what I remember. Like, in his younger days, he had a... I think I remember him having, like, a pompadour. It's like, the longer we go through the family line of Aochi, the less hair the Pains have. I guess so. 2:46 p.m. Not bad. Not bad. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Good job, Ryunosuke. You're gonna be going through that a lot though, so then don't get too excited. Ryunosuke. You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. Ah, oh no, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Uh-huh. Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh no, I didn't do any...
Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report on Miss Brett's, don't know how things would have turned out.
Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to university and investigate.
Your father? Yeah, of course.
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotowa, Judicial Assistant to the Defense.
Speaking of Mikotowa... Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friends. Watson. Well, I mean, Wilson. Yeah, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Human University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotowa studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Yeah. Presumably that's when you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly. Now, I do want to ask you right over here, Mikotowa, as I wrap my hand around him in a friendly manner, as if I know him for a very long time. You knew Dr. Wilson for a very long time. You seem to have been friends, from what you're saying over here. Did you also meet this other person that Dr. Wilson knew, maybe? Was there like another friend? Is there like another friend that you have that, you know, someone like me may be able to talk to one day to to say my apologies for his friend's death and such? If there is such a friend like that? Maybe? Maybe? In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you work together? I never heard you mention them before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country that leads the world. Science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? You're not gonna end up murdering people with that sword, are you? I mean, for a second I was worried about Aochi's life there for a second. Of course I am. Okay, I was thinking of my own question. I was thinking that Kazuma was answering my question that he was gonna murder somebody. I hope that's not gonna happen. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. It cuts down anything that's in my way. Yeah, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. Hey, I mean, granted, I do have my own sword. Like, okay, right now it is like a broken sword. It's broken in half. But I can still cut with it, for sure. If not with a physical sword, then I can definitely cut it with my own words. And I can definitely cut things with my own words. Words can be quite sharp when used right. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai. Oh... The law system. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Consular jurisdiction? Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must what's this all about consular jurisdiction? We don't try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We don't try her? Oh, don't tell me that you're gonna leave her, like, scot-free. But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? The British Consular Court will hear her case. Somewhere far away, where our voices cannot be heard. But why Consular Court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought Consular Courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty. It probably has something to do with keeping the peace treaty, like, intact. I mean, this is still, like, hot waters we're traveling through over here. Even though we created our truth over here. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they cannot invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett cannot be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student. Today's child was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. Yeah, I mean, she did leave in the court just as happily as she was at the beginning. Even with that breakdown of hers. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They obviously taken this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. What's all going to change from now? We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Would it mean that she's gonna come back at some point? Oh boy. Flashbacks. Flashbacks. My head is starting to hurt once again. Yes, change is coming. And we are the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. Yep, indeed. There's gonna be a lot of work to do that you're gonna have to sift through. Kazuma, Ryunosuke. You're gonna have to go through a lot from now on. This is the beginning of our new adventure. And, well, until I meet my boy Nick, Maya, Pearl, and the rest of the friends, until I meet them once again in the future, I guess I'll be staying over here and see how things are gonna go in these dark times with Kazuma and Ryunosuke. But Professor, alright, this is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? Yeah, sure, why not? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. Oh, you're Detective Osanaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. And yeah, I guess so. I guess, like, my idea of him being poisoned, well, actually, let me think about how I should phrase this. Like, I talked extensively about the idea of Hosanaga drinking the poison, that he was an accomplice, so that evidence of that poison existing will no longer be there. So he drank that poison. Reason why he was coughing blood all the time. That I was thinking that, I was thinking that the reason why he's coughing blood is because of the poison. That it is not just a quirk characteristic, but you can say that with what we've learned thus far, he never drank like any poison or be accomplice to Giselle's murdering plan and such. He was doing his job in a very weird, unorthodox, and not something that I can agree with way, but he was not an accomplice. So you can say that this coughing blood and such is his quirk in the end. That is the truth that we're gonna go with now. To La Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor? I mean, you know, I would like if Hosanaga would also be our sidekick as well. That we would meet him and he would help us in the investigation. Oh my god, imagine. Hosanaga would actually be our new gumshoe right over here. That would be lovely.
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruto-san's release.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're not gonna join us?
Yeah, I guess so. So Giselle Brad won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Well, it is still a motive that we're gonna have to figure out. And I guess until we figure out why Giselle Brett went after Dr. Wilson, we're still gonna have to think about it, which means that this case has not been entirely closed. In my eyes, I still see this case as opened for that motive alone. I cannot let that motive be unsolved. Cosmo. Yes, Ionosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today. I mean, one way of looking after the motive would be to ask anybody who knew Wilson, maybe some friends that the Wilson had. Hmm? Hmm? Ah, I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? The defense was all your own work. Your skills made a difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during the trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. Does it have something to do with that mission that you've been signed to? What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. Well, you have a natural talent for it. For being the defense lawyer, I mean. Oh, no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I don't want to go through that ever again. I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? Well, to believe in what? Witches? No, of course not, you silly. To believe in yourself, yo. A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. You have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, it can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your clients. Such a concept. Such a beautiful faith in your client. As timeless as the court record. Just look at today's trial. I am a student lawyer with precious legal experience. But they have never stopped believing in me. You face seemingly hopeless situations time and again. You never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts. And because you never stopped believing in me. Wow, thanks, Cosmo. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. No, it's a favor. Something very important to me. Okay, well, what is it? Oh, yeah, so serious. What is... Oh, you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga? I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. I'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. First court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah yes, that too. Alright. That was a very nice first trial over there. A new exciting beginning for a new adventure. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotowa. Sato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosanaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Ah, darn it. Well, did I realize just how much it would change my life.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
Oh.
It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Ninth January, 6:37 a.m. On board the steamship Budia.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
Oh!
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What?
Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Oh my god! It is the one and only! My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait, I can't move. Hello? Ah! What the? Huh. Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh, I was thinking that we would be locked inside the room with Sherlock Holmes. The one and only. That would have been a dream. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I don't believe how you could wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Oh my goodness, well, what is going on over here? Duh, we found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Sorry. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go for another round of Ryonosuke's being incriminated. Now you have been found. It's time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh, could it be? Ah. Quit tasing me already!
Why did you do it? Why did you take his life?
Miss Susato? Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in a sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What?
Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago.
What? Hold on a sec, wait, what? I would like to see this body for myself. Thank you very much.
Here, in this very cabin. That was bolted shut from the inside.
His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Oh my goodness gracious. We are truly going in this direction? Kazuma's dead? But he cannot be. Huh. Okay then. Already sprung into action over here. We are already springing ourselves into our murder mystery over here. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I
have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please.
No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being in a Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Huh. Okay, well that's interesting. I guess we couldn't go for an extra ticket for Leonosuke. He had to go with the luggage in order to come with Kazuma there. Yeah, I still cannot quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Okay, apparently so. You're able to fit inside that trunk all easy peasy. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ah. Could that be the reason why Leonosuke was hiding inside the closet? Oh my goodness gracious. A locked room mystery being hidden in a closet? Well, I cannot say that I didn't have my fair share of locked room mysteries in the last year or so. Man. It's like now I'm being taunted with it, even outside. You mean Echo? You're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I mean, I don't believe she'd give me away. No. But if she knew what he'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped. We better get in there, I think. You won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Oh, stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. I've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England, together. Well... I mean, first of all, I do have to see the body for myself. If Kazuma is truly dead, then... what a ceremonious way of killing Kazuma. Then again, it's not the first time we see someone who is very close to our hero here who dies unceremoniously like that. Yeah, it's definitely not the first time. We'll leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Yeah, you just said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. Oh. Maybe Leonosuke was talking about, like, about his crime of being a stowaway on the ship. Not this crime that we're seeing right over here. I mean, yeah, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Sato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know.
Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too.
Those eyes. It's like she's ready to destroy me. This matter is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's time for us to investigate the murderer, quote-unquote murderer, of Cosmo over here first. Let's see. What can you tell us about his death? He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Cosmo's killer?
When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside.
What do you mean?
There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door cannot be operated from outside.
Okay.
In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation?
This is impossible. What is that, like, up there? On the left, like, up there. Yeah, it does look like a vent to me. How did it die, then? What exactly happened? The culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin.
Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances?
Please, Sato-san, you have to tell me.
The cause of death is still undetermined.
They don't know how he died?
The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call.
So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then?
That's true, yes.
Okay, I see. No external signs of injury. Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand. Why would anyone want to kill a Cosmo?
Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone.
Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yes, I was, but...
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't.
Does that mean he was already dead when Sato arrived at this cabin door? I wonder.
I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and we managed to get inside. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor.
I see. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. It does make me question. Like, when Susato came and knocked on the door, and there was no answer, she went after another crew member. It could have been possible that the culprit managed to get away in that window before Susato came back with a crew member. I mean, that's one idea to take into account. So, let's see.